Hello YouTube, it's Matt here, and I just wanted to give y'all an update on a GSM Cold Steel's warranty system. And so you might recall last month I snapped one of these LTC kukris, Carbon V made in America. Probably the saddest day of my channel, and luckily I wasn't hurt. I have another one, but I probably won't be chopping it, although it was chopping so well. But unfortunately it broke. And so I got in contact with GSM and their warranty system. They got back with me, and I just wanted to share about my experience and what you need to do now as someone who owns and uses cold steel if you happen to be in a warranty situation. So just to summarize, before the sale, Cold Steel has always worked very well with me with their warranty system. Almost no questions asked. I sent in a blade that was broken or defective in some way, and you know, they would really go above and beyond to help me out. One time, me and my brother, we had a problem with the Cold Steel Elan, which was a larger version of the Cold Steel Kudu. And I think because of our problem, Lynn actually pulled that knife from the line, and me and Austin actually got a box from Cold Steel that said LTC Lynn C. Thompson, and it came with two Recon 1s, Tantos, and they were XHP partially serrated. And that was, there's no label on it. They were some of the first XHP knives that Cold Steel had ever produced, and Lynn just did that for us because we reported that problem. We didn't make a big deal about the problem. We just told Lynn about it, and Lynn fixed us up. So obviously that era is kind of gone, but my experience wasn't all that negative. And so of course this blade is not in production anymore. It's probably been out of production for, you know, at least 15 years, if not more. And I did not buy it from an authorized dealer, which is something you need to do if you're going to use the warranty system. I did buy it from a former Cold Steel employee. And so I let them know this. I showed them my proof of purchase. And because of the transition of the purchase of Cold Steel to GSM, they actually let me slide. They did not have to do that, but they did, and I very much appreciate that. So I showed them my proof of purchase. I showed them, you know, the identity of the former employee, and of course they knew who the employee was, and they let me have the value within $50 of what I paid for this LTC kukri. And I paid a very fair price for a used LTC kukri. And unfortunately, because of the website, a lot of things aren't in stock. And so what they did is they just kind of gave me store credit, and they said, if you can find an item within $50 of what you paid for your kukri, we will use that as the substitution for this discontinued product. They did recognize that the closest thing they had was the kukri machete, and I already had one of those, and that particular product was only like, you know, $30 or something like that. And so if worse come to worse, I was going to ask them if they'd send me like, you know, 5 or 6 of those kukris, but they didn't have to do that because I found the Scottish Dirk. The Scottish Dirk is something that I've always wanted for a long time. I just never got around to purchasing one. And from the website, this is $150, but honestly, if you go online, Amazon, Cult of Athena, you can find them for about $89, sometimes around $75, usually within that $90 range. And so technically, if you kind of think about it, like, you know, they really worked with me, okay? But honestly, I mean, you know, as everybody knows, this LTC kukri machete is worth so much more than this. But obviously they didn't have this anymore. They weren't willing to give me a 3V kukri. I told them about the 4034 kukri. They weren't willing to do that either. And so I saw the Scottish Dirk. I always wanted one, and so I sent in for it. It is a very faithful replica of a traditional Scottish Dirk. It's actually, I was in Collector's Firearms in Houston, and they had some authentic ones. I mean, these Dirks might have been from the 1800s to the 1700s, so I got to see some real examples that I could buy for a whole lot of money. But I finally got one of these. The edge actually did come pretty sharp, but I fixed the edge up, so now it is definitely battle ready. The point did not come all that great, but with my sharpening on my professional belt sander, that point it's good and it's ready to go. The sheath is also very fitting and good for the product. So I don't really want to make this into a review, but I just want to say that GSM, they did work with me. They did things they did not have to do. I also want to say that it appeared to me, with my experience, that GSM was very caring, but they weren't very knowledgeable about their products. I was able to kind of guide them in ways, and I knew more about their products than they did, which, I mean, honestly, you know, you're dealing with somebody on the phone who's probably never handled a whole lot of cold steel products before. That's not too surprising. It's just a little disappointing. But overall, I have to say that my warranty claim, although it wasn't as good with the era of Lynn Thompson, but I am happy with my Scottish Dirk. It's a blade that I've always wanted. I really like dressing in costumes, and so when I get my kilt out again for Halloween, this will definitely be walking around with me. And it's also fierce and it's ready to go. We might see some meat cut tests in the future with this as well. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. So the big takeaways is purchase from an authorized dealer. If you traded with somebody from Cold Steel, you can probably expect not to have that blade under warranty. You know, keep up with your proof of purchase. Take pictures. Don't delete your emails. And, you know, that's essentially all you can do. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day.